What's up, guys? I'm Ali. Welcome back to another video with me, guys. Another hot video, another hot conversation. Guys, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? Good God, all the honor and the glory for you through this amazing Saturday. This weekend, guys, I must say, the energy is great. Today was such a great day. Today, the sun was out. Everybody's out today and tonight. This is a late night talk video at that anyway. Guys, how y'all doing? How y'all doing, baby? Guys, the energy up today, guys. I'm feeling good today. I'm feeling good tonight. Everything is good. But guys, today was a great day, I must say. It really was. It was really a great day. I just been chilling today, guys. I just been vibing out, staying in my own lane, doing my own thing, I must say. But guys, overall, today was great. If you can tell today, guys, I just want to say a little bit of something before I start this video, guys. All right. For the majority of part, whatever. A lot been happening in these last couple of days. The devil's really been trying to get my attention. Um, I also had an epiphany though at the same time. A lot of times, me growing up, guys, this been going on for a while, all my life. I just never really noticed it. I didn't know that that was the devil that was knocking and trying to get my attention and all these other things. I thought it was just normal people, but actually it's the spirit that's running through these people that is trying to get your attention or whatever. The devil does, if the devil can't get you while you sleep. Usually the devil show up at nighttime when you in your vulnerable moments. You sleep, you can't do nothing. If he can't get you in the spirit realm, and if he can't get you in the physical, he's just gonna leave you alone. Then he'll come back and try it over again. The same thing that most people do. They do the same thing. But guys, for the most part, don't be studying him. That's what he wants. He wants you to focus on him and everything else that's going on in the world and with people and the things that people do to you, whatever. You don't put your energy into people because you can't control people. And you can't control that spirit that's running through them too at the same time. Only thing you can control is yourself. That's the only thing you control. You can't control what people actually do or what they do. You can set the boundaries and you also can speak up at the same time for yourself, which is necessary. You have to sometimes or whatever. And it's nothing wrong with that. But for the majority, don't pay nobody attention, guys, because a lot of times it's just to throw you off, to delay you for who you really are and what you're trying to do or whatever. It can just be you growing as a person. They don't like that. They want to bring you to a place that you ain't really never really been, really. You ain't never really been toxic or nothing like that. But the devil wants you to be toxic and broken. But the most thing I can tell the devil is, guys, and these spirits, it's too late, guys. It's too late. If you was gonna do it, you should have did it. if you if he was gonna beat me down and stomp me out and punch me in my face and punch in my stomach, you should have did it back then. Not now, baby. You know, um, I'm young still, but I know a lot more now. I'm more mature. I'm in full control of who I am. I am full control of who I am as a person and how I operate and what I decide to let in my space, in my domain, in my spirit, in my present. I'm in full in control of this will of this operation when it comes to this body and its spirit. Not you, me. So you might just throw all your keys away, all the locks, all the people. Just throw them away, child. Just throw them away, baby, because you're just wasting your time. You've been trying, I don't know how long, for a while now. Since I've been little, you've been trying, and you still trying now. It ain't gonna happen. It's over with. In the traps that y'all had ever thrown at me or sat around and set my landmines, and it ain't gonna work, baby. It haven't worked and ain't gonna work. But anyway, guys, moving forward, let's leave him where he at in the background and let's move forward with this video. All right, guys. Guys. Isolation. Isolation, guys. You can tell by the title. Guys, yesterday I didn't make a video, but today I made a video, but I didn't like the video, just like the overall. dialogue of it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't post it, so I just left it where it's at. But guys, this topic is very interesting. I spoke about healing in a couple of my videos. I think a couple of them in the past, a couple of months ago, I think. But isolation, guys, let me tell you, isolation is somewhat like healing in a way, but it's a little. It is healing. Let's be honest. It's healing, but you isolating yourself. A lot of times, if you been in family dynamics or you just been around a group of people, if you are a targeted individual, a lot of times these people all of them operate the same way. They all have the same spirit. So when you come in contact with these people, you bring these people into your space, into your home, you're going to expect the same thing. They all operate the same. It's nothing different. It's a different person, a different body. Same spirit, different person. All right, so you know what to expect from these people. You know that the people that you are dealing with, they are toddlers, except they are psychopath toddlers. They're not mature toddlers. They just toddlers that they have temper tantrums and they just never grew up, really. They just got older. They're adults, but they still kids deep down inside. They still stuck in that childlike mindset and they still stuck in that child place. They never grew up. They still have the same childlike behavior. They still have the same childlike qualities. When they don't get their way, they get upset. But the thing is, children are toddlers that are more mature than these adults. Children have a logic way of thinking. They learn lessons easily as kids, as children, toddlers. But with these adult people, they don't learn nothing. But yet they are popping out with children. They having kids, but they still kids. It just don't make sense, guys. Uh, it's weird. A kid having a kid, adult having a child that's still a kid mentally in their mind, and still have childlike behaviors. But guys, for the most part, they think that how they was raised and groomed as a child, how they parent treated them. They think that by putting you in a position where you're in need or you just put to the side by yourself in a corner or at the table sitting by yourself and not telling you details or if events happen or going to parties. Friends can do the same thing. Or friends won't invite you nowhere, or they don't call you, they don't check up on you. They isolate you, whatever. But the thing is, what they think is that you're gonna come crawling back and asking for mercy and asking to beg them to be a part of the crew or the clique or whatever the case may be, or part of the family. They don't expect you to be okay being by yourself. A lot of people don't expect that. But when they realize that you are okay being by yourself, and a lot of times, people be focused on you, but they be focused on things that they selectively choose to focus on. And also they think they really know you, but they really don't know you. So when they isolate you or expect you to be in isolation and not be happy by yourself, and they get the complete opposite. They blow or shock, like, this is not what I expected. So when you're isolated by yourself, guys, a lot of people don't realize it. When you're in isolation, you start to hear. And little do they know, if you was little, you was always by yourself from the get-go. So you was fine being by yourself. You actually like being by yourself. And guys, I actually like being by myself, but I also like being around the right people. I love genuine people. I love to have a conversation with people. I love to have the interaction, the human experience with people. Good people that's healthy, good people that are just respectful, loving and kind, this and that, whatever, but also have strength. They can stand up for themselves. They have boundaries. They don't play no games. So people don't expect you to be okay being by yourself. And when they realize that you're okay being by yourself, it just throws them off, because people have been doing these things for so long. But when you're in this isolation, when you're in this cocoon, and when you like building yourself up to the person that you want to be, or if you just isolating, especially when you by yourself in isolation, you start to heal things within yourself. You start to heal trauma within yourself. You start to just bring the best version out of yourself, and you start to come up with ideas being by yourself. You start to think the thing that you possibly never thought of. You start to question the things when you're by yourself. You start to um just basically bring the best version out, when you're in isolation. Your mind start to expand. You start to heal. You see things. You get clarity when it comes to things. You see patterns for what they really are when you're in isolation. Things start to make sense when you're in isolation. Things that you never would have thought of, or things that you let slide by or you didn't pay attention to, you start to see these things. You start to reminisce on the past and things that happened, interaction with people, that things that you didn't miss. You start to put the puzzles together, the reason why people act the way that they act, or why this happened and this happened, or whatever. You start to question a lot of things when you're in isolation. You start to connect more with God. You really start to build a real relationship with God if you like on the path walking with God with on that journey. You really just start to build a relationship with God, and it's such a great feeling. It's such a great feeling, and you just more hints. You reminisce about your childhood. You see things that you miss within your childhood. You see things when it comes to people and friendships that you had, and what happened and what went wrong. You analyze everything basically. You analyze everything and you take everything in, and you just start talking to yourself when you isolation. So people don't realize when you're in isolation, God prepare you to go back out into the world, so you won't have to experience all the things that you experienced in your childhood and growing up or whatever. You start to see your reactions and your reaction patterns, and the reason why you were acting when you were in isolation or whatever. You start to see where it started. You start to see why it started. You start to see when it started and where it started. You start to see the people that caused it. All these things when you're in isolation, guys. You start to question a lot of things. You start to bring out the better version. Your higher self start to come out when you're in isolation. Everything about you start to change when you're in isolation. Your skin start to look better. Your eye color start to be brighter. Your skin start to be brighter. You might look at the mess a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago, but when you're in isolation, guys, everything start to come out of you. The best version. Everything about you just brighten. You're more calmer now. You talk what you talk before you think now. You talk more clearer. People understand when you talk, when you go into the world, whatever. You're not emotional. You're not emotionally reactive when you're in isolation. God heal all of these things within yourself, guys. And that's the best thing about being in isolation. I think isolation is a great thing. I think that we all need that. And when you're in isolation, you want to be by yourself. You don't want to be bothered with people. You want to get your own apartment if you never had one. You want your own place. You want to start your own family. You want to get married now. You probably said you didn't want to get married a couple years ago. Child, you want to get married now. You want a wife. Ladies, you want a husband now, child. Y'all, you just want everything that's good for yourself, everything that's healthy for yourself. You might even start eating different. You might even start questioning the food you eat when you're in isolation, guys. You start reading things. You start picking up books and child. You start bringing the best version of yourself, whatever. It's so crazy because I never thought I would be the person that I am. I know who I am, but I never, guys. I never. When I say I never, guys, I have never thought I would be the person that I am. You know, I love who I am. And I hope that you guys love who you are and the person that you're becoming. Because I truly, dearly, from the bottom of my heart, want the best for everyone. I want the best for every one of y'all, guys. I think that you should try it. I don't want to force it on nobody, but it's just an idea. And I know what the effect that it brought towards me and the things. And, it brings joy to myself being in isolation. I smile now, you know. I laugh now at the most silliest stuff. I'm bringing the best version out of myself, but also the old version of who I used to be, but the greater version of myself though at the same time. I just love who I am, guys, and I hope you guys love who you are. I know some of you guys may be going through something in your life and you're trying to figure it out, but and you wonder why you're by yourself. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process, guys. God would never lie. He will never lie. He will never harm you. He will never put you in a place that is not good for you. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. God will always stand beside you. It's all for the better version of who you are and for the better of who you are as a person. You got to understand. It's only for a season though. God getting you ready and preparing you for the people that really need to be in position with you, in your space, your soul tribe, basically. So, yeah, I think it's a great idea, guys, and yeah, it's such a great feeling, guys. I wouldn't trade it for none in the world, guys. I wouldn't. I love who I am, and I'm happy with who I am. I'm very blessed, and God is with me, and y'all with me, and I just want the best for everybody, you know. Um, but yeah, guys, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna just wrap this video up and enjoy the rest of my weekend, just chilling out and just vibing and, just doing me for the weekend until Monday. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. I'm Ali. This is me signing out once again. And I hope that you all stay safe. Thank you for the support and may God bless you all. Until my next video, peace and love. Peace.